Good morning there and welcome to Sinabela online lesson. Today we are going to focus on how to write an argument. So how to effectively write an argument within English language. So what is an argument? First of all, you're either for or you are against. So whenever you're arguing, you're stating, I'm for this side, I agree to an extent, or I disagree to this extent. Whatever it is, you have to make sure you have a stance within your argument. So I've created an amazing acronym entitled SABAS. So SABAS stands for your stand, B for background, A for exploring your argument, A again for anticipating any disagreement, and S, which actually stands for summarize. So I'm going to go through it one step at a time for yourself. However, as a starter activity, I want you to write down now, why is it important for you to have a stand within an argument? So meaning you're not on the field, so you're not on the on the fence. You actually have a stand. If I said, I don't know where I stand, or even when people say in life, I don't know where I stand with you, they're all over the place. You have to have a stand. So I'll give you 1 minute now to brainstorm why it's important for you to state your stand within an argument. Amazing. So if I go through it in greater detail for yourself, so S, the S, if you can write this down, stands for stand. So actually stating where you stand. So whenever you are writing an argument in English language, you always have to state your stand from the very beginning, i.e. if the question is, to what extent do you agree that women cheat on men more than men cheat on women? In the first paragraph, immediately you have to state, this is my agreement, or this is my disagreement, that I agree with this statement because, or I disagree because. So either way, you have to actually outline your stand at the very, very beginning of your English language writing. The examiner or the reader has to be aware of where you stand. So that is the first S in the acronym SABAS. Okay, moving on from that, we also then have to have the B stands for background. Now, why do you need background information? How valid is it when I say to you, up to this many people, or so many people have died this year, in comparison to when I say 59 young people have died this year and we are only in February? How more valid is it when I give a figure, when I give a fact, when I say 89% of people feel like this, or 95% of people feel like that? You are more inclined to listen to me if I'm able to give you statistics and solid information, which allows your point to be more valid. Okay, I'll give you time to write that down. Amazing. So the other A, the A in SABAS, so we're still looking at this acronym. The A in SABAS stands for argument. So your argument actually, it states that, you're exploring your argument. And what do I mean by exploring your argument? If you remember our past Sinabela online sessions, we were speaking about point, evidence and explanation. That is very, very important that you continue this on throughout your argument. When you're writing your essay, that you are consistently still writing down, this is my point, this is my evidence, this is my explanation. And you're continually reciprocating it throughout you writing. Because generally when you get a question, the examiner or your reader is not expecting for you to say, this is my point, this is my evidence, this is my explanation, and leave it. Consistently, they're expecting that you explore this all the way throughout your writing. So you are constantly reaffirming your belief. You're constantly reaffirming the validity of your belief as well. The more you speak about a subject and the more you state and to what extent do you agree, then you are able to then show to the examiner that, this is the extent I agree, and I'm re-emphasizing the point over and over and over and over again. Now, if we're moving on to the next A, the second A is standing for anticipating disagreements. So when people are often writing what side that they stand on, what they forget to do is take into consideration, what if somebody is against that opinion, and what are you going to respond to them being against that? People just think, oh my gosh, this is what I believe, this is what I believe. So what? Who cares? If you don't know how to defend what you believe and also to take into consideration how other people may disagree with your argument, then you have not actually justified your argument or actually given a standpoint in agreement. So you have to anticipate argument. Using as an example, if you were writing to an extent that you definitely agree, to an extent that women cheat more than men, just randomly. I'm not saying I agree with that notion, but let's just use it out there. So women cheat more than men, I agree to this extent. But you also have to take into consideration that, you know, people are going to say men are visual creatures. They're more visually inclined than women. So how can you state this? So you have to take that into consideration consistently when you've written down your argument. So you can say, you know what, I understand that some people may believe men cheat more because they are more visually inclined. However, blah, 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 blah. Or however, and you give a point of evidence, you give an explanation, you explore the evidence, and so forth and so forth. And what that allows you to do is strengthens your argument, because it allows the examiner to know that, oh my gosh, he or she has taken into consideration that their argument could have been flawed, or that somebody could have poked holes in their philosophy or what they believed. And when you're able to do that, what that shows is two things: that you are emotionally intelligent because you are challenging what other people would say, and two, that you've taken into consideration that people are not always going to be on your side. Okay, and moving on from that, if we look at the last S in the acronym SABAZ, it's such an amazing acronym that I've been using in classrooms, in different sessions and so forth, so it's quite a good one. And the final S actually stands for summarize. So I want you to continually be looking at SABAZ in your own time, and I also want you to take into consideration two things as well, that what it stands for, the benefits of it, and so forth. So what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to put some assignments online for you that you'll be able to download. And when you download these assignments, all of these will be based around what I've discussed today, and it will allow you as an individual to strengthen your skills, take your skills to another level, and also put into practice what you've learned today. So until next time,